Welcome to the recap of episode 8 of Hell's Paradise. Before I begin, I'd like to encourage you to subscribe to my channel and tap on the notification to know when I release new videos. Also, this video contains spoilers, but if you don't mind that, then enjoy the video. And if you found this episode interesting, I encourage you to check out the full episodes on your favorite streaming platform. Let's begin. Once upon a time, there was a young boy named Tenza who lived in a not-so-nice place where people treated him like trash, so he decided to do whatever he wanted, like stealing, fighting, and sleeping. One day, while walking around, he bumped into some samurai who started to treat him as trash. Feeling insulted, a fight broke out in an alleyway and took all of them down. But before things got worse, Yamada Asemon Shion enters the scene and stopped Tenza, pointing his blade at him. In the present time, Tenza and his potential wife, Nurugai, were searching for a good spot by the beach, but they were having no luck. And like a wife, Nurugai started criticizing his plan, but Tenza explained that it was the safest way to avoid bugs and monsters in the woods and protect her. She found his protectiveness cute and attractive, proposing to marry him. Suddenly, a woman, who looks like one of those Tensen monsters, appeared out of nowhere. She talked about strange noises and dead Sashin bodies she found in the woods, wondering if Tenza and Nurugai were responsible. As she spoke, the woman's body transformed into a man, which shocked and frightened Tenza and Nurugai. They tried to run away, but the Tensen stopped them in their tracks, sending Tenza flying at a tree with a palm strike. The Tensen then went after Nurugai, but she managed to dodge his attack, impressing him with her agility. Tenza tried to fight back, but Tensen's wounds healed instantly. At this point, Tenza unleashed his quick slash attacks, rendering the Tensen immobile, even if for a short time. They made a quick escape when Tenza distracted Tensen with the quick attack, but the Tensen caught up to them. Just when things seemed bleak, a sword flew through the air and beheaded Tensen. It was Shion, Tenza's master, who ordered them to run. As they ran with Shion, Nurugai noticed that despite being blind, he navigated the woods well using his senses of smell and sound. After making some distance from the devilish Tensen, Tenza introduces Nurugai to Shion as his master, and with him around they have nothing to worry about. Tenza's master scolds him for his poor swordsmanship, but he is happy that Tenza is still alive. Tenza asks Shion why he's still on the island, and Shion explains that he couldn't find a way home because he stumbled upon a strange current. Then, Shion points his sword at Nurugai, questioning Tenza's decision to protect her. Tenza insists Nurugai is innocent, but Shion believes they must follow the rules. Speaking from the heart, Tenza reminds Shion of their past and the potential for a better world, but Shion decides to trust Tenza but warns of consequences if the clan is endangered. As they talk, Shion surprises them by knowing Nurugai is female despite being blind. They joke about this, and Nurugai calls Shion master, but he says he hasn't taught her anything. He warns about a monster they'll face, and Tenza suggests fleeing again if they ever face the Tensen. The sneaky Tensen instantly drops in on Tenza and Nurugai's conversation and realizes they underestimated her. Shion quickly flashes forward and saves them from harm, but the Tensen was faster and injures him in the process. Tenza tries to attack the Tensen, but she effortlessly dodges his every move, stating she already knows his moves. Annoyed by the pesky attacks, the Tensen plans to kill Tenza instead of keeping him alive. With no escape route and Shion injured, Tenza uses a powerful sword technique, but the Tensen effortlessly avoids it and pops 4 holes in him with a flick of her finger. Tenza had doubts about Shion's decision to take him in. Shion, an executioner with a kind heart, saw potential in Tenza and wanted to help him. During training, Tenza felt frustrated and thought Shion couldn't understand him. But Shion taught him that sword skills can protect what's important, even if he doesn't want to be a samurai. Shion compared Tenza's potential to a cherry blossom bud, ready to bloom. At first, Tenza didn't believe it, but Shion challenged him to land a blow if he truly wanted to quit. After a while, Tenza decided to break his promise to Shion and leave. But on his way, he met Aizen, who noticed he was going in the opposite direction of the dojo. Aizen didn't stop him but asked him to join him on a walk before leaving. Aizen took Tenza to a graveyard and showed him the gravestone of Teshin, Shion's former student who was similar to Tenza. Tenza assumed Shion had treated Teshin harshly as he treated him. However, Aizen revealed that Shion was more focused on improving his own skills back then, which led Teshin to leave the dojo, and later, Shion had to execute a criminal who turned out to be Teshin. Shion hesitated to harm his former student after hearing Teshin's last words, "Master, I'm sorry." This moment changed Shion, and he dedicated himself to his students. Aizen explained to Tenza that he would have ended up like Teshin if he had left. Tenza decides to go back to the dojo and challenges Shion to a fight. He reflects on how he never committed to anything before, but after promising Shion, he wonders if he'll find someone worth protecting. During the battle, Tenza gets gravely injured by the Tensen and he believes they will all die, but he stands up to buy time for Nurugai and Shion to escape. He unleashes waves of punches at the Tensen, but his attacks did nothing. Instead, the Tensen hurts him badly by popping a very large hole in his gut. Tenza tries to warn Shion to run, but he can't speak properly because the words couldn't come out. But Shion understands and flees with Nurugai. As Tenza fights, he apologizes to Shion in his thoughts and envisions a future where he becomes an instructor and marries Nurugai. After the very short battle, the Tensen grabs Tenza's head after he dies and remarks on his toughness. At a distance, Nurugai gets angry at Shion for leaving Tenza behind, but Shion explains it was Tenza's dying wish and he respects that, but Shion promises Hell to pay and not to waste Tenza's sacrifice. Back at the dojo, Tenza is thrilled to finally land a hit on Shion. Although he's free to go, Tenza humbly asks Shion to continue training him, and Shion agrees. Outside, the cherry tree's buds have bloomed and this very tragic episode ends here. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and don't forget to subscribe to find out what happens in the next episode.